We made the boxes together, quite a lot of them, and now it's time to paint flowers. I'm starting by spraying water into my watercolor palette, and I wish you to see that I'm using the cheapest palette I have, and this one is a watercolor set for kids. I love this one. I have been using it for a very long time, and I love coming back to this. It's a really great palette, and I'm using it purposely so you can see that not only our boxes are no cost or use what you have recycling materials, but also the paints, they don't have to be the best quality, the most expensive one to actually create something pretty. So I hope you will see that you can make something super pretty even with the very low cost materials. I have painted 6 flowers in this video. The first 3 are not sped up versions, so you can see how they turned out, but the next 3 are going to be super sped up because the process is exactly the same. However, what I think is super interesting is that the flowers are looking so different. Each of those 6 flowers will be different. I'm painting the shape of my flowers, and then I do believe that everything changes once you start doodling around our flowers, and I'm using my favorite pilot pen. Please check it out in the description box for this particular one. It does work on the wet surface. It may clog a little bit, you may destroy it. I destroyed maybe 1 or 2 pens, but I have used them 100 times on so many paintings, and I think obviously they're not designed to be used on the wet surface, but I think they're really doing a great job, and I think I was unfortunate if 1 or 2 got clogged. They still work. No, one doesn't work at all, but the one is still working. It's just not as amazing, but I just cannot use it any different way. I love when the black ink is kind of spreading a little bit and mix up with the paint, and I just love that process, honestly. Now, as you can tell, each flower is different. The first 2 were more like a tulip. The third one kind of, I don't know, reminded me of a rose or something, but it's interesting to see that truly every single flower was a little bit different than the previous one, and I think it's interesting because you try to do exactly the same thing, yet it's happening to be looking really different. Now this part is sped up because I truly believe we can just have a look at how different the flowers are, but the process is exactly the same. We're kind of painting the head. I'm using pink and then a little bit of darker shades or a little brighter, and you know what, there isn't any much of a technique in those flowers, honestly, and I really truly believe that you can just really do what I'm doing here. With the next flowers, you can see I added the greenery under the little head, which is changing a little bit of the flower. So I think every flower, it's a little bit like a transformation from the previous one. Then I was adding different colors, maybe a little bit of purple just to see, and I just like the idea that each flower really turned differently. Now, one interesting fact about those flowers is that I have been painting them without really looking at my boxes. So most of those boxes that I've done for this video, they were smaller than the flowers. So you may measure it a little bit if you want to fit in your flower, and make sure that your flower is small enough or the box is big enough to fit the flower. In the next videos, I really would love to try and create something different in those boxes. You could actually let me know what would you like to see, whether you would like to see some hearts or maybe some scenery. How about some, I don't know, like a people maybe. I'm just thinking that this is such a wonderful idea, and those boxes are really amazing and can be used in so many different ways. And I love the fact that they are from toilet paper rolls. If you haven't seen the video, it's in the description box. I will link it to you. I will also link it at the end of this video. So check it out how the boxes are made, because it's so simple and it's great, really. I wish you to see that each flower is different, and the finishing of the pen makes it so beautiful. Now it's time to fussy cut. I like fussy cutting, honestly, I really do. And of course, I didn't include the full cutting part because it would be a bit too boring, but here it is, the final little flower, and then another one and another one. The cutting itself, it's a little bit of a time-consuming process, but you know what, when it's done, Look at it. I just think it's such a satisfying project. I encourage you to try it. I promise you, you will love it. Someone can ask me, what you gonna do with those boxes? Ah, guys, you can even glue it down on top of the card and give it as a card. So it's like a little box on top of the card, and write it down, happy birthday, or I love you, miss you, thank you, whatever. You can include some, maybe in some envelope somewhere underneath it, and include some, I don't know, cash inside. I honestly think it's such a lovely souvenir that could be used in so many ways. You just have to open up yourself to it and think, how can this be used? You can even frame it in a bigger frame and just come up with some little picture of its own like that. I love it. I think these are so cute. These are so doable, and I'm looking forward making different ideas with those boxes. I hope you will join me that journey. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? And have you made any boxes with me? I really would love to hear from you. So if you started painting flowers, you're missing the boxes. Oh, this one is from my reel as well. Gorgeous with the glitter. If you're missing the boxes, be sure to check the video how to make those from toilet rolls. You will love it. It's super easy, super fun, doable. I promise you, you will be addicted as I am, as you can tell. I love you loads. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.